Hello, this is Dr. Wendy Rowley. Excited to start this new series on the Wonder of Human Design YouTube channel, the playlist, The Tones of the Heart. The tones of the heart. The tones of the heart. What are the tones of the heart? That's what we're going to explore in this first unveiling. Okay, I'm going to get out of the way and see what the Pleiadian Mother of Sound, Aliania, is going to bring in because she is the originator of these tones. Well, she and her group, or however it works. Okay. Oh, good day to you, dearest beings of light. This is Aliania of Cosmic Service, Pleiadian Mother of Sound. Peace be with you, peace be with you, and peace be with you. Excuse us, we're turning on sound for musicians because it needs to be there so the sound doesn't disappear, which can happen if that's not on. All right, so what are the tones of the heart? The tones of the heart are, we're going to come out and say it, they are called, in truth, the tones of healing. And they are the ancient Lemurian tones. They only come to the planet 3 times. They come in the beginning, the middle of the great shift, and at the end. And they have specific purpose. They are very powerful, they are very profound, and they are only sung or toned, and we will speak more about that in case you're not familiar with toning. They are only toned in private. They are not toned in public. The events around these tones are private, and they are done on location because they are sacred and profound. They are not released onto the web, and everyone signs a waiver to make it so because they are sacred and profound, and they don't belong there. They are very specific for a very specific task. So the tones of the heart are, if we were to come out and say it from our perspective on the other side of the veil, they are in the heart field of the soul group in the greater field at the level where you're tied in with divine intelligence and the divine blueprint. And they are so sacred and profound that they can only be activated for use when the divine intelligence of the creative source says it is time. That's a pretty big statement to make, and a very unbelievable statement to make, but it's the truth, so we are going to say it. The other thing we would like you to understand about the tones of the heart is that, and she's put out the word tones of the heart because it describes their origin, where they resonate in, and it also stops that disclaimer problem of, well, I didn't get healed, because healing happens on many, many levels. Your mental, emotional, your spiritual, your evolutionary, your physical, your interim physical, your interim meridians and chakras. There's a lot of levels to healing because you are an amazingly complex being. You are a human being. You are a human body type and a spiritual being at the same time. And so you have many layers going from the dense physical all the way to the soul, out in that greater field of the noosphere, where we say you first hook into when you come to the planet. Now, these are very far out thoughts. They can be considered culty or belief systems, but many people find their way to this information, and that's all we can say about that. Okay, so the tones of the heart, now that we corrected why they're called the tones of the heart, are also something that brings in 3 things. They bring in evolutionary changes to the grids, the large grids that you all share at the level of tribes, nations, and large family complexes. They do amazing things to the individual who partakes in them, and they also can put in setups for the future. And that is usually done at the big shift that you are in. So they have multiple purposes. One of the things that we would definitely like to share, and these tones are for women. This is women's work. It is women's time now. Most of the upgrades of the Great Shift are for the divine feminine, and the women have more divine feminine than men and an extra energy field that men don't have, all of divine feminine. So therefore, most of the upgrades happen with the women body type at the shift change time. So if you partake in any of the upcoming events or trainings or classes or workshops that are coming through this work, you get individual healing, and you also are contributing to the group level out in the human consciousness grids. And there are many of those, and we talk about those in some of the other playlists. And she talks about those on the websites, and then they're in the channelings, and you can find that information. We're not going to repeat it. But so we just want you to have an understanding of how amazingly sacred and profound, as we keep saying over and over, these tones are, and the three things that they do, and that they are something you have to sign a disclaimer not to abuse, because your intention in the use of them is basically how much you will receive from them. So we ask you to keep your intentions pure if you decide to come forward and engage in this work, or partake in these tones, or whatever flavor you want to taste in the work that this one brings forward. So if this doesn't work for you, there's many people on the web, and you can go shop somewhere else. But this is this one's work, and this is what she's bringing forward. So that is that. So in the class you take online to learn, and in the live events, or even an online seminar that's coming, she doesn't know that, but it is, there will be disclaimers to sign for each of these events. And if you're not comfortable with that, well, then you won't go. It's simply that important that the people that come to this group need to know that this is profound and they are entering a very sacred realm, and that they have to respect that and respect the work and respect the creative source that brings this forward for their evolution. Because people want to be, it's a selfie world, and everyone wants to be bringing in the information because it's all about the information now. You're in the information age, right? So that's what we have to say in this first episode. We're sorry we were a little severe, and we were a little bit preachy, and that we set up a hurdle. And we didn't mean to, but we have to protect these tones, and she needs to understand this too. And if someone puts them out, usually they're going to get shut down right away, because that's inappropriate. They will have to take those down. And that's that, because it's not their work. They have their own mission. Okay, sorry, we didn't mean to get that way, but we just have to have this one, and you understand that. So the best way we can describe the tones of the heart in beauty and benevolence is to say they are a gift from the creative source for the shift change time, so that you may heal three things: the downfall of women's self-esteem and value, which began at the end of the Egyptian Renaissance up until now, and it is ready to take a shift. And you can also clear the inability for women to go forward. Believe it or not, that's at a high level of the grids. And the third thing that you're going to clear through this work is the flavor of women supporting women. And this one knows that is lacking. She just knows that is lacking. And that's going to get enhanced, healed, and upgraded. And that is going to be profound. For those of you who take part in that, that is going to be profound. When you are with women, you are going to feel very, very different. So this is the work of women for the great shift. And we hope you partake, because you will enjoy it, you will grow, you will evolve, you will heal, and you will find yourself in a better space. Peace be with you. You are dearly loved. Expect benevolence in all you do, and we bid you adieu. All right, this is Dr. Wendy Rowley. I'm going to end these tapes. I'm trying to keep them short because everyone's so busy and we have so much information coming at us and we have so much time we have to spend filtering our information. So I respect your life's force and all the time you have to engage in your own life and purpose and mission. Peace be with you.